Welcome everybody to the live stream. Got a couple things. Just need to get ready here. In the meantime, I love doing this every time. Let's just rewatch that trailer and yeah, get fun.
He is a dangerous man, my master. Not to...
He is my concern.
Yes, my master.
No, Jabba. I expect a bonus.
I told you Princess Leia hired the right guy, people.
You are outmatched.
I think we've got Slave 1 spotted. It's at an Imperial moon base on Gaul.
I hope you've got something interesting cooked up for us.
Oh no!
That's right. I do appear to be muted. I was just talking about you, Kaijukin. Kaijukin98. He is our Boba Fett and in our previs and animatic. And yeah, get started here. I want to go ahead and show you all. So Ben, for those of you who are in the Discord, you all probably see Ben in there pretty regularly. But he's been been very helpful with a lot of the previs and stuff. And he actually made something that I want to show you all here.
This is the Imperial Patrol Frigate Guardstar. Please step down from defensive posture and transmit identification.
This craft travels under my personal protection. No Imperial agency or agent shall detain it or its pilot under any condition.
So that is actually from a piece called Dark Voyage to Tatooine. It was first came out in the West End games. I believe it was Galaxy Guide number 5, but those are nearly impossible to find. But you can find it also in the movie trilogy Sourcebook from West End Games. I actually have right here a copy of this is just a little section that I kind of screenshotted, but you can see here, you know, IG-88 blows up here, and then everything that was in that little sequence is this little bit here. Literally, this scene has, that I'm aware of, I keep finding new ones pretty regularly, it seems, but it has 6 different pieces of source material. There's the Shadows of the Empire comic book, issue 1. There's the Shadows of the Empire Galoob toy comic. There's the Shadows of the Empire pop-up or actually it's just called Battle of the Bounty Hunters, the pop-up comic, where they actually kind of, it's like a 3D comic book almost. And then the Therefore I Am, the short story in Tales of the Bounty Hunters featuring IG-88. This sequence takes place in, and in A Barve Like That, the first kind of third of that story is Boba Fett recalling this event. And then Dark Voyage to Tatooine, which was actually the very first version of this scene, actually had a lot of other stuff missing in it. That scene is where it first started, and I just recently discovered it, and I was like, well, you know, that little sequence where there was a ship that shows up and called the Guard Star, and Boba Fett plays this fake Darth Vader hologram to try to deceive them so that he can kind of get clear access and go wherever he wants. That only appears in Dark Voyage to Tatooine, and I just thought it would be really cool to include that here in the film. And Ben did such a great job kind of illustrating that. We're going to be adding that into the sort of edit timeline. Right now, it's kind of a mix of some 2D, 3D sketches, and a couple final renders, and then there's this as well. And I'm going to be updating the dialogue for Boba Fett. Now, what you heard there of the Guard Star's captain, I just generated that with 11 Labs. I might have it redone by another voice actor at some point. So if anyone's interested, message on Discord. The link should be in description. And that's a whole brand new role. Guard Star Captain. Does he actually say what his name is? Let's listen to that again.
This is the Imperial Patrol Frigate Guard Star. Please step down from defensive posture and transmit identification.
This craft travels under my personal protection. No Imperial agency or agent shall detain it or its pilot under any condition.
Okay, so yeah, he doesn't state his name, but a brand new role if anyone's interested in voicing the Guard Star Captain. For now, I just have the AI generated text-to-speech there. But anyway, yeah, so as I'm going to show you here. So here is the Premiere Pro timeline that I have. You can see there's a mix of previs elements, some 2D graphics, and then there's, you know, more 2D elements here. And then at the end, there's this little sequence also made by Ben with IG-88, kind of how he gets from here to Ord Mantell, and then Luke Skywalker's X-Wing jumping in. So we're just going to be working on the sequence a little bit. And so let's start off actually with, I'm going to kind of just go through these lines in 11 Labs. So let me see here, Boba Fett. There we go. Screen here. All right, so I'm going to be uploading lines here. Here are our voice files, and let me see. Where's Boba Fett? There we go. So as I mentioned before, Kaijukin98, who I believe he's watching right now, he is the voice of Boba Fett here, and here are some of his takes. So we're going to be running the whole thing through 11 Labs, and then kind of picking which take is best, and then we'll go from there. So let's got to click this generate speech button here. We can adjust kind of the stability. That's how similar it is from generation to generation. So it can be a little more variable if you bring it down here, but it can be less stable as well. And then similarity to the original voice with some style exaggeration. These are kind of the three sliders that we have here in 11 Labs. And we can make this into multiple languages as well, which is kind of interesting. So definitely as I make stuff, I might actually kind of use that.
C to the fire. 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 C to the fire.
All right, C to the fire. Let's see here, where are... All right. Just going to go ahead and save this here. Let's see here. Actually, before I save that, I'm just going to go ahead and copy and paste the name so that that stays the same. C to the fire, copy. All right, and now when I go to download it, where are you at? Voice files. So we're going to change the name here, and then with filter. All right, and then we'll do the same thing for damage report. And I might make it just a little bit more stable, one more exaggeration. We'll see how that sounds. Usually it just takes a few minutes. Here on 11 Labs, as you can see, I have a quota. For text-to-speech is pretty simple. That's just the number of characters you get, and that includes spaces and punctuation. And speech-to-speech, I think it just kind of guesses how many characters it's supposed to be, and then it just kind of reducts that from your quota limit. You can increase your quota by paying more per month, but I just have the simplest plan. Great thing about this, yeah, it sounds pretty good. The speech-to-speech function is definitely a highlight. That's actually a fairly recent one, just in the last few months, but I've been using it for a lot of things, and it's been pretty great.
Damage report. Damage report. Damage report. Damage report. Damage report. Damage report. Give me the damage report. Give me the damage report. Damage report now. Damage report. Damage report. Damage report. Damage report. Damage report. Damage report now. Damage report.
All right, let's go ahead and save that. Now I actually have a second Boba voice, I believe. Or did I remove that? No, I removed that, never mind. I used two different samples, so sometimes they come out a little bit different. For now, I'm happy with those. I might alter it a little bit later just to make it have a little bit more of a helmet sound, but for now, I'm happy with that. So if I come down here to scenes, oh, that's that. Voice lines, there we go. And booyah. All right, so let's start with C to the fire. Now, originally here, I had up here, think is where he said it. This was just totally text to speech. So we'll see how it sounds with the speech to speech.
Transmission ceased.
See to the fire.
All right, so you kind of heard that there. Let's see, which take do I think is best?
See to the fire. 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 See to the fire.
Might listen back through that one more time. Ben, nice to see you here. Glad to have you. Oh yeah, we're going to give you that damage report after we see to the fire. Yeah, the frigate captain, yeah, I was pretty happy with how the AI sounded as well. Just as a demonstration here in 11 labs, if I go to my voices actually, you can see, did it sign me out? What just happened? There we go. No, what? What happened? Okay, so I can do that. Interesting. I know that there are sort of, I think I actually removed it. Or did I keep it? Can't actually tell. You can actually go to a voice design where you can actually like design your own voices. Like you're not cloning someone's voice. Did I actually have that here? I think I just, because you only have a maximum of 10 here, but like for instance, you can go to voice library here. You can actually get this from other people and make a little bit of money that way. They do. But you can actually, I don't think I can do it right now, but if I go to voice library, right, no, that's not what it was. Voice design, that's what it's called. I can actually kind of generate something here. So I can be like American, British, African, Australian, Indian. I think those are those there. But like, let's say I want to do Indian, female, and middle-aged. And I wanted to have her say this with a sort of medium accent. I can click generate. And it'll output.
First, we thought the PC was a calculator. Then we found out how to turn numbers into letters, and we thought it was a typewriter.
Yeah, we'll throw another shrimp on the Barbie after that fire. Thanks, you too. Yeah, so the that's kind of how the voice design worked, but that's how I generated that voice. Anyway, back here. Yeah, I never did decide which take I liked. Let's listen again.
See to the fire. 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 See to the fire.
Kind of liking this one.
See to the fire.
And
see to the fire.
It's a little bit quiet, but
see to the fire. See to the fire. See to the fire.
I think that one's my favorite. Subtle, calm, collected. Yep, I like that a lot. All right, so I'm just going to kind of add this in here. Sort of line it up with where it was before. Let's see.
See to the fire. See to the fire. See to the fire.
Kind of move it like that.
See to the fire.
Now, Maybe bring it up a bit.
See to the fire.
Oh yeah. The sigh. Where was the sigh? Was that here? That actually didn't sound too bad. I don't know if I'll keep it, but I'll throw it in for now.
See to the fire.
Bring that up just a little bit. And oops. There we go. All right.
See to the fire.
Kind of mixing takes there. All right. I like it.
See to the fire.
I need to add cross dissolve on that.
See to the fire.
Make it a little shorter.
See to the fire.
Yep. Yeah, you definitely did a lot of great takes there. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, he did a whole 10 takes. I told him 5 to 10, and he did the highest. So definitely, yeah, that's great. Yeah, I don't know if I'll keep the sigh or not. I'll just keep it in there for now. And
see to the fire. See to the fire.
Yeah, we'll see if I keep it or not. I kind of get like the sigh kind of makes him seem a little more frustrated. He doesn't really show a whole lot of emotion. We'll figure that out later. All right, let's do damage report next. I think he did a lot more takes of that. What is that? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Wow. No shortage of takes there. And see here. Where does he actually say that? Says it right. I have that muted.
60% less.
Damage report.
Damage report. All right, so it's kind of right in here. Just to save on, because this one's actually kind of a higher resolution thing. I think I just made that for the trailer actually. What in the world? Okay, yeah.
Damage report.
Okay. So, damage report. Let's listen.
Damage report. Damage report. Damage report. Damage report. Damage report. Damage report. Give me the damage report. Give me the damage report. Damage report now. Damage report. Damage report. Damage report. Damage report. Damage report. Damage report now. Damage report. Damage report. Give me the damage report. Damage report. Damage report.
I think that one's my favorite right there. The action's over. He's calm. Just wants to know what is going on. Let's see here.
Damage report.
Right about there is where it should start. Let's listen to it now with that.
Damage report.
Oh, that's perfect. And then let's just boost it a little bit.
Damage report.
Yeah. That sounds great. All right. So we got our new lines locked in. And we got, let's go ahead and add Dark Journey to Tatooine in. Where do I put stuff like that in here? Now it's just loose in there, so that's where I'm going to put it. Where'd you go? There we go. Dark Voyage to Tatooine. So adding this little sequence here. So it goes damage report.
Damage report.
Loss of function. Rear deflectors. Implosion of inertial dampers caused attendant meltdown in hyperdrive core. Hyperdrive non-functional. Sublight engines operational at 30%. Operation successful.
So I think after that would actually probably be a good spot for it. And then we can add the IG88 thing. I'll probably adjust a lot of this just over time, but we'll just stick with this for now. And I want to get some audio on this eventually, though it is pretty much just sound effects. There's not any dialogue in that section. Let's see, how does it play all together here at the end?
Damage report.
60% loss of function. Rear deflectors. Implosion of inertial dampers caused attendant meltdown in hyperdrive core. Hyperdrive non-functional. Sublight engines operational at 30%. Operation successful.
This is the Imperial Patrol Frigate Guardstar. Please step down from defensive posture.
Don't worry about that, y'all. It just sometimes does
This
that.
is the Imperial Patrol Frigate Guardstar. Please step down from defensive posture.
Having some hard drive issues lately. I got everything backed up, but I need to do some work on it. That's what I was doing earlier
This
today.
craft travels under my personal protection. No Imperial agency or agent shall detain it or its pilot under any condition.
All right, and it goes. Then after that, if it leaves, IG88 floats and as the tracker. And yeah, Ben, you did a great job with the movement on him here. I like the poses. Definitely need to figure out a way to animate that in a way that it looks a little more natural, but oh my gosh. Is this just the streaming or what? Well, Premiere is slowing up on me for a minute. We'll come back here in a moment. Let's see. Also, how have you all been liking the crawls I've been doing? You can see started doing about 4 weeks ago some new crawls here, and I've been doing them pretty regularly. I was thinking of doing a couple of others sometime soon. I was thinking Splinter of the Mind's Eye and the Hand of Thrawn duology, which technically that'd be 2, but and then maybe continuing on with the other 2 Darth Bane books and the other 2 Jedi Academy books at some point. They're pretty simple to make. I just have an After Effects template that I put together with all the right fonts and scales and timings and all that, and I just have to write the text, make sure that, you know, the way it's kind of justified left and right, that, you know, it fits well without there being any huge gaps or being way too dense. But yeah, either in the live chat or in the comments, if anyone wants to give me any feedback on that, I'd appreciate it. Yes, they are our first steps into a larger world. And the great thing about these two is they kind of like help to show me at least where like some interest with stuff is. Like, you know, I definitely could tell like True Set Bakura, not just in the viewership, but like in comments, the like dislike ratio, all that stuff. Like for whatever reason, YouTube just picked that one up and showed it a lot more. And that was true because I put them all out as shorts as well. The True Set Bakura one, I mean, right now is the top one that I have. My shorts don't really do all that great most of the time, but anyways, so but like that's another. I was not expecting that one to be one of the more popular ones, but literally like the whole like first kind of scene sequence or whatever, I'd actually have all the models to do that after Shadows, because it's basically just like Luke, Wedge, X-Wing. The only thing I need to make is the message pod, and yeah. All right, let's see. Did Premiere start freezing up? Yeah. So like I was saying, like this motion on IG88 here, it's got all them different poses. It'll look better in animation, I swear. I still need to. I kind of showed you all last time. Yeah, for future projects as well. Yeah, that's one of the things that like. One of the reasons I picked Shadows to begin with is because like there's so many 3D models and voices that I make for Shadows that can be used elsewhere. Like obviously Darth Bane and Legacy are totally different. But like True Set Bakura and Shadows of the Empire Evolution and Courtship of Princess Leia, Jedi Search even, and so many other things like, you know, I can take a model of Luke Skywalker. I can take a model of Princess Leia. I can use the same voice actors. I can a lot of same locations, like, you know, interiors of ships and all that sort of stuff. And like really just, you know, start working on other stuff like Bounty Hunter Awards. That's a big one. Or like Boba Fett Twin Engines of Destruction. And I was actually meaning to message you, Kaijukin, but I guess I'll just say it right here on the stream. But I was wondering if you wanted to go ahead and record some lines for Twin Engines of Destruction, because you're already done with all your Shadows of the Empire ones. But let's see. And also, if y'all can't see, I'm interacting with the live chat on my phone here because I only have one monitor. Yeah, the crawls are really cool. Yeah, if like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Oh, yep. All right, absolutely. I'll reach out to you. Maybe not immediately after the stream, but sometime soon, and we'll discuss that a little bit further. But yeah, Boba Fett Twin Engines of Destruction definitely is one of the best Boba Fett comics that there is. And it's, you know, it's only one issue, so it's a smaller bite to chew and all that. But you know, one of the things I want to do with this project is like record a lot of stuff outside of just Shadows, you know, voices, and, you know, make models that could be used for some other stuff as well. But anyways, in the meantime here, let's see what we can do as far as how long is this now? All right, 3 minutes on the dot. Wow. Well, with plus 3 frames, but still. All right, good to know, Kaijukin. Good to know. Yeah, that was definitely, I mean, you can definitely see the physics at play there, Ben. So, you know, kudos to you for making that happen. I mean, the way things move in space is very different. And I mean, Star Wars tends to break the rules there a little bit, but that, yeah, definitely look good. Let's see. Was there a missing frame? Oh, it's not missing. It's just hidden. I see. What shot was that? Why did I hide that? Oh, yeah, that's why I did that earlier. Okay. So let's see here. What all still needs shot-wise? See if there's any other IG88 interiors here we need to do. Last stream we did, I did this shot right here. And that was about as far as we got. I kept meandering and talking about other stuff. Where is it? Apologies, things seem a little bit slow. Running Blender, Premiere, and streaming at the same time can lag things. Greetings, Masquerade. Good to have you back again. What is going on? Yep. Right, so this shot right here, did this last time. With IG88. So yeah, some of these are going to take their time to reconnect for some reason. Oh my gosh, not another one. Here. If we do have something with IG88 in it again. Let's see here. Where does he threaten him? There we go. How many frames is this? 423. So that would be 423. 4 times 24. 96 plus 23. 119. Yeah, it's 119 frames. I might just round that up to 120, just make it easier to remember.
You're a prisoner, and you have a 30% probability of surviving this encounter.
Sometimes I do hate my computer, Ben. Sometimes I do. I've done some upgrades recently so that I have a bit more storage space and all that. I think it's acting a little bit buggier lately because on my main drive, I kind of need to just go through and format it. But I need to make sure all my stuff is backed up before doing that. But yeah, I use it a lot and I put a lot of stuff through it. And I think not too long ago, I was like moving some stuff or updating something or whatever, and it was like freezing on me, and then the whole thing just shut down. I think it was a power related thing, and so it's been kind of buggy since then. Thankfully, nothing got like permanently corrupted, because that would have been bad. But there did seem to be some corruption to the disk, and best way to get rid of that is just to format it. But I got to move everything elsewhere and put it back. So I was working on some of that today. I haven't actually done the format yet. Thankfully, things are still working. But all right, so this shot right here.
You're a prisoner, and you have a 30% probability of surviving this encounter. You're a prisoner, and you have a...
All right, yep. So 120 frames, kind of reversed this way. So what I want to do for this is previous shot 20. I'm just going to do a full copy of the scene. Rename it 21, and we'll make this 120 frames, and we'll just kind of start over. Get to animating here. So, what is my lens on this? A 50. I'll make it 35 for this. And I'm going to lock my camera to view. I think the scale on this is actually pretty messed up. I was noticing that last time because the depth of field hardly did anything. So I'm actually going to take everything here and I'm going to scale it down 10%. I think it's because I was scaling everything up because the spaceship model was so big. But if I scale everything down here, I think that will work a lot better. Yeah. So we need IG88 from this direction. So that's about the angle of that. I'm going to reverse the lighting too because it was reversed there. This is only previs, so lighting and stuff is not final. Yeah, you can definitely see there's a lot more depth of field here due to that. Where's my camera at? There it is. I might actually make this 24. Yeah, that's a bit better. And I'm going to make my f-stop. Okay, 4 is maybe a bit much. 2.8? No, 2.8, not 0.28. Still not enough. 1.2. And actually, I might make this 35 again because you get a little better depth of field that way. On the longer lenses, that is. All right, let me see here. How does that look angle-wise? I might... Blue screen of death. What do you mean by that, Ben? Their blue screen of death? Talking about like when you die in Shadows of the Empire? Admiral Zoda, welcome. Happy to have you as usual. I'm going to put, so yeah, there's the crosshair there. Put his eyes right there on the third. And I might actually lower this just a little bit. He's in a powerful position right now, so we want to show that with the camera. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? Okay. Yes. He is in a powerful position here, so we are going to make this camera low and looking right up at him. Booyah. And might just leave it locked off for this, honestly. George Lucas left things pretty locked off a lot in the original movies for these types of things. Let me see here. I do kind of want to show some motion, though. I might actually, so I'm just going to come here and hit rotation. Just doesn't matter which frame it's on. And one of the things in Blender I like to do to add some noise to things is I add noise. So I come here to, see here, the X, and I'm just going to add some noise. And I'll copy it over here in a second, but you can see immediately it goes crazy. To fix that, I'm going to bring the strength to 0.1, and I'm going to bring the scale out to something like 8. So you can see it kind of just wobbles like that. Strength might actually be just a little bit too much. So I'm going to do 0.6. Whoops, 0.06. Maybe it is, Ben. Maybe the blue screen of death is before my time. Maybe you could explain it to me. And then, yeah, I've been using Blender. I started using it in 2017. I actually just recently discovered these. Where did I have them? Had where were they? So I've got a lot of archive stuff here from back then. Oh, computer crash. Got it. Let's see. Oh yeah, so these were some of my first renders in Blender. These are all from 2017. Here was my very first render. Did this after following the Blender Guru tutorial. I was so proud of it. Man, there's a lot of noise in there. Okay, that makes sense. They must have stopped doing that when I started using computers in the late 2000s. And then, yeah, so some of these other renders I did. This one is probably my proudest one. This was a VFX test of a dude pooping into a hole. Yeah, so in this, I took a character from Make Human, and I rigged him with Rigify, and this was a plate from a tutorial that I was following on how to do motion tracking, and then I kind of put this crater in there and rendered and composited it. Oh man, if it looks laggy on your end, that's because it's kind of lagging right now too with everything else I have open. But but here's some 2017 Blender water. It's a pretty bad looking. Looks like it's from the 1992. Even what was the movie with water in it? Had the water face thing. Splash, was that it? No, that wasn't it. Definitely not that. I forget what it was called. Here's a terrible walk cycle that I did. Oh my goodness. The Abyss, that's what it's called. Yeah, even that looked better than my water sim. Here's me doing some materials, some wood. I think I actually put some subsurface scattering on that wood. My fire actually turned out pretty good that I did at the time. Just a little fire loop that I made. The logs are dirt simple, but made some architecture room here. And yeah, some weird stuff going on with the glass. And this was supposed to be a cave, I think. Didn't really texture it all that well, but yeah. So these were some of my first renders in Blender. And then I kind of took a break for a while, and then I came back to it. And then I took a break again and came back to it. But anyway, all right. The donuts were delicious. After rendering them, I ate them. That's kind of part of Blender alchemy these days, is once you actually render something, you're able to manifest it into something real. It's a new plugin that they have out that costs $10. All right, yes, back to the noise here. What's an appropriate amount? Right. .01. Yes, dash rendar in Blender, dash rendar or render. Actually, Unreal Engine would be more akin to that. All right, yeah, so I think that's a decent amount of noise. Yeah, I think one of the things Lucasfilm was really good at doing was naming characters really funny names, like Previzualizing and dash rendar, I think are two of the prime examples there. So I'm going to bring the strength of this down quite a bit. So there is some noise. Chateau, yes, that is a legend. I think the noise on that might actually still be a little bit too much. I just want something a little subtle so there's a little bit of motion and it's not so static. Let's see here. If I make that 9 and make this 0.04, I think my X here, maybe just a subtle amount. Very subtle. And I might actually, for IG88 here, just reuse some of the same keyframes that I used before when doing the shot from before. So I'm actually just going to just duplicate a couple keyframes here. This is just for previs, not final animation. So you're welcome, Ben. Never thought anyone would ask me that in a live stream. Those were some of my first renders ever, so definitely not anything to run home about. But yeah, in Blender it would definitely be a lot slower than a Dash. Whenever I was in college, I actually I did like live action film and video stuff, and after I kind of discovered Blender, I really wanted to make like big kind of VFX sort of stuff. And so the first one I did here, let's see, was they're both around 8 minutes long. And one was called A Light in the Darkness, very generic film school title. What was my final cut of this? If anyone's curious to see. This is the last thing I exported. I'm not going to show you the whole thing, obviously. If anyone really wants to see this, let me know. But you can see here kind of some early VFX stuff that I had done. It's not great. See, the chroma key here is, I mean, the energy stuff here was okay. I kind of just, gosh, my mouse keeps bringing that up, but some kind of magic stuff that I was doing there. This was more fantasy, obviously, not really sci-fi, and not the best of comping. Some of these shots look all right, though. Like this one looks all right. Added that CG boat in there to the stock footage played, and some dragons here on this sunset. And this guy's flying a dragon. Animation wasn't very good on that, but yeah, a lot of things they could have done to blend some of this stuff better. But your stereotypical kind of energy Hadoukens. Oh my gosh. The other one that I did was definitely a lot more, what do you call it? Professional looking. Do I have an exports folder on here? Don't think so. I think this was my final cut. This was called Millennium. The VFX on this were a lot better, definitely. Some spaceship action. This still had some previous stuff in it. Oh yeah, this wasn't the final one by a long shot. Where was the final one? It's probably in a folder here somewhere. Here we go. I think. No, that's not it. I had it in here somewhere. Where would I have had that? Wait, that's not it. Oh. Yeah, so this here, well, this is only a little teaser trailer thing. Yeah, we could watch the whole trailer, why not? There is no audio, is there? Yeah, so that was just a little trailer I did showing some of the best VFX shots that I had. Yes, yeah, I had a composer for that, and I was pretty happy with that. The score he did, and just used a little segment of that. But yeah, it was all done with MIDI. Anyways, let's see here. How do his arms look here? All right, and yeah, so those were some of the early projects I did using Blender and whatnot. This project is definitely far more advanced than any of that. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that actually, because they like shot things on green screen and they just did stuff like that. Yeah, yeah, mocap. That would be a pretty great Star Wars character name, mocap, or Cap Mo. You can call him that. Make it a little more original. All right, so let's see here. Surrender your prisoner. All right, and then for the head here. Let's see here. It goes left, right. Come on. Is mocap a Mortal Kombat character? Let's all find out together. It looks like, yeah, mocap, but he's just a dude in a motion capture suit. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate it. Huh. Guess mocap is a real character. Come on, Blender. All right, Blender is giving me the wheel. You guys know what I do when I get wheels like this and I just have to wait? I go to minesweeper.com, box it in like that, make sure I can still see the wheel, and I play Minesweeper. That is what I do when I am waiting on. Here we go. All right, we're back. All right, not playing Minesweeper anymore. We are busy. James Cameron, the captain of the frigate. Maybe. I did, after finishing this shot here anyways, wanted to show you all kind of how I do stuff with MetaHuman. Let's see. Oh yeah, the eyes here. But yeah, just as an example, I could maybe try see what I can do with a James Cameron looking feller. All right, so here's our surrender your prisoner and all that. Yeah, James Cameron. It's a very Star Wars-y sounding name. All right, yeah, I'm just gonna call it at this, and we'll render it out and see how it looks. I'm just going to do a viewport render here because I don't need it to be perfect. And these are usually way faster. Almost there. 10 more frames. All right, booyah. So now I'm going to come back over here to Premiere. And come here, shots, scene 3. Previous shots. And then, let me see. Where is... With big projects like this, you have lots and lots of stuff. I just actually looked at it earlier today, and my Star Wars projects folder is close to 400 gigs right now. So there's a lot of stuff to go through. Shots. Here we go. And previs 21. Booyah. So now we have this little moment here.
Surrender your prisoner, and you have a 30% probability of surviving this encounter.
You know, honestly, I kind of want that to be closer. I might actually redo that. So I'm going to just take the camera here, kind of go in just a little bit more, up just a little more, and then I'm going to clear, oops, I'm going to go in and I'm going to delete the original here. And boom, we got that. And then re-export that. It'll only be a moment. That's probably exactly what IG-88C and D were doing. They were playing Minesweeper waiting for Vet. Or Battleship. You sunk my Boba ship. Yep. Canadian from South Park. I'm not even going to open up that whole Star Wars South Park can of worms, but, well, let's just say those were some funny episodes. The Kathleen Kennedy ones. All right, here we go. All rendered up. And thankfully, All right, I'm back. Sorry about that, y'all. I don't know what happened. It kind of just, here on StreamYard, it kind of just kicked me out. But I have returned. Somehow I returned. Y'all don't need to know how, but I did, somehow. All right, we're back to this. We'll watch back through this one more time. I'm not entirely sure where I cut out here with y'all.
Surrender your prisoner, and you have a 30% probability of surviving this encounter.
Booyah. Okay. And I think y'all heard me, but just in case you didn't, yeah, I agree. We've been there. Closer is better. Yeah, definitely glad I re-rendered that. All right, so that is another shot for the previs. Is there any other shots with IG88 here? Let me just check that out. All right, so there's the shot right as this one's blowing up. I might not do that one on the live stream because actually I might. Yeah, we'll do that. So I'm going to come back to shot 20. We'll keep this angle here and just do a full copy. I don't know if you have to do that, Ben. Oh my goodness. All right. Yes, that one is going to be a lot closer. How many frames is that actually? I should know that. Speed duration, 13 frames. All right, so that'll be real short. And just going to start off a lot closer on the camera here. Whoopsies. Yes, Kaijukin. Sort of. Where were we? Yes. All right, so 13 frames. Let's get just a little bit closer here for his face to blow up. And I don't know if I'll do any simulation here in the previs, but I definitely want to add something here light-wise. Something to make everything go red and have him blow up. I wonder if I make the sun red. It's not really lighting everything else up, is it? Darn Eevee. How do I make it hit everything? Where is my sun lamp? Okay, so I'm just going to duplicate that and just take that back to the middle there. And then my other sun here, I'm going to make a point light. I'm going to get it real close here, just out of camera frame. And that's red. Okay. So my camera here. Do I still have the keyframe on that? Okay. Oh, that's right, because I had brought it in a little bit closer and forgot to adjust the keyframe. My bad, geez. My bad. Well, his eyes are glowing red. Put his face right there on the center there. I'll actually make it so that between his eyes and there's on those composition lines there. Yeah, I like that. And then with my very, very red sunlight here, just going to insert a keyframe on the last frame here. Darn it. Right. I keep forgetting to add the keyframe on the camera. Let's not do that anymore. Oh yeah. Make it glow more. More. All right. Add the keyframe on the camera. Location, rotation. Delete the old one. And all right. So on that light, I'm going to add a keyframe on the final frame to make it look like that. And then I'm going to make it 0 on the first. So that it goes like that. Boom. Oh, why does it get pink? That's just how it's bouncing? Or a million watts might be, or megawatt, might be just a bit too much. So see here, that's 1,000. It's 10,000. 100,000. Yeah, so a million might be a bit too much. Because then it starts getting a little purple. Let's do 200,000. That is plenty red. And I might actually make it just a little more orangey too. I might make it just a little bit faster by bringing this keyframe up a little bit. Let me just remind myself. Yeah, he shoots, he shoots, he shoots. The explosion begins. So there actually probably should be a little bit of red from the very start. Yeah, we'll start with just a little bit. So it goes shoo, shoo, shoo. There we go. And then the camera here should probably be shaking like crazy because he is exploding. All right, so a whole 1 is probably a bit too much. Let's make it 0.2. Make a scale of 3. Is it 2? No. Scale of 1 actually looked a little bit better. Maybe just bring the strength down to 0.1. Yeah, I like that. See how it looks in the other two here. Yeah, so Z doesn't need to be nearly as strong. Never does. Just going to hide that. So on the Z, how does it look on the Z? That's kind of what it looks like. Krypton's red sun blowing up. All right. So then just hide that for a moment. Then on this one here, I might just make it 0.1 and scale of 3. How's that look? I'm going to add the Z and X noise. That looks just a little bit too much like popcorn. Oh. 0.09, not 0.9. I wonder if I just need to adjust the phase on these. Get some motion. That looks a little bit better. I think that's all right. And then what I'll do here, you can add the influence and restrict the frame range here so that it blends out over a few frames. So this is 13. Yeah, we're putting him in a blender in Blender. The only way we could make it Blenderception is if I put my PC in a blender while doing it. So if I kind of blend in here, start on 0, end on 13, and I'm going to blend in over 6 frames. Yep, I'm just going to do that for all of these. So that it kind of grows in its intensity. It's not really doing anything, is it? There's noise right there off the bat. What am I doing wrong? Do I need to add the 13 there? That might be what I'm missing. No, it's starting there. Oh, when does the... Gotcha. The noise starts on 6. I don't want the blend out. I want it to start on frame 6. Okay, 6 is too late. Let's make it 3. That way we kind of ease into the craziness of it all. Boom. Let's kind of watch it in larger scale here. Yeah, it's very short, just 13 frames. Now, the only kind of animation I want to do on him here, is he doesn't really have anything in these first 13 frames. Just want to take his eyes. Let's see. Might just delete this intermediate frame. Bring his eyes here. Those eyes shoot up. And then on his chest here, I'm going to have him lean back as he's being blown up. Just like that. That's what was missing, was a little bit of motion. Oh no! I still have my camera locked to view. Thankfully, my keyframes are still set. For the final shot, I'll probably add just a little bit of simulation of the fire kind of coming in on the left side here, so it's not so light. But for the previs, I think this will work. All right, let's render it out. Should only take a few moments. All right. On second thought, his motion seems like the way Ben had animated his little bob here just worked better there. So I'm actually going to come back here and maybe work with the head a little bit. Yeah, he needs to lean back some. That's what the problem is. Not quite all the way back. Looks just a little bit better. It's probably a good suggestion. A few frames longer. You just kind of see here in motion. We'll see how it looks with a few more frames. Let's maybe make it 15 just to see what happens here. From behind. Yeah, that's the next one. Yeah, this one, yeah, this is the first one. He gets hit head on here. So let's see here. If we make it 15 frames long, let me see. And I might actually, this first one here, have him lean forward just a little bit more to start. Go back a little bit further. And then whenever he leans back up a little bit, it's very slight. I might have his lean back be just a little bit faster too. Might actually, on the eyepieces, I think this would be cool. So he's kind of looking down, and then here he's looking up. But what if he looked up just a little bit more? Like he's almost like rolling his eyes back with the hit. And then I'm gonna just duplicate that. That should be just a little bit too much there. Let's bring it down just a slight amount. Looks a little bit too cartoony there. If this was like the droids animation style version of it, that's probably how it would look. Those eyes scaling up like. Wah! Wah! Just for fun, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to undo it. This is something special just you guys get to see. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to take this abomination out of here. Oh my gosh. That was pretty funny. All right, it's gone. It's gone forever now, y'all. If you want to watch it, you got to rewatch that part of the live stream. All right, I think just for previs, that's probably good. Just gonna go ahead and delete the original there. And boom. Yes, if you want to clip that, clip it. All right. Yes, I know. It's gone. I deleted it. And then it's going to mess with the sound a little bit. It's all going to get redone anyway, but I'm just going to move all this forward here just to include those extra frames. Do we know what do? The eyes? Sorry, Admiral Zoda, that you're having trouble with that. If you need me to, I can do it. I don't have any problem with doing that. But, I mean, yeah, whatever you're able to do. All right. Yes, the eyepieces are connected to his Twitch live stream. If you didn't know, IG88 streams on all platforms, just everything he sees. If you subscribe, he will actually show you what murder looks like live on stream. For textures, Admiral Zoda, honestly, the best place that I go to get them is actually the Quixel Bridge. It's completely free with an Epic Games account with Unreal Engine. You don't need even to have Unreal Engine installed. I actually don't think I have it on here right now because I haven't used it in a little bit. But the Quixel Studio just pack loaded with textures up to like 8K for all types of metals and stuff, and like everything there's free. So yeah, if you wanted to check that out, by all means. Yep, Quixel Studio. Right. So yeah, Quixel is built in with a lot of Unreal Engine stuff. Yeah, Megascans. So on Megascans here, let me see here. Where are just surfaces? So like for instance, let me try and find a good metal one here. Metal. Yeah, so you can see here are all the materials that they have here for these. If you wanted to find something. So wide variety. I'm just going to pick this as an example. Obviously, this probably isn't what you need for a blaster, but you can, do different things with it and whatnot. Yeah, it's a really great resource library, and you have everything from like some 3D assets. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of nature stuff here. Like, I mean, look at this. This just screams like Beggar's Canyon asset right here. And other stuff. And they also have like plants and vegetation and stuff that are on cards and whatnot. It's a very great asset library to use if you're doing anything in Unreal, but you can get it all into Blender. It's a little more tedious, like anyway, but the things I was wiggling, are you talking about the eyes or this thing? All right. So I think in terms of previs, that's all I'm going to do. If y'all want to hang around for a little bit, though, I'm going to go and kind of just show you all an overview of, whoops, not Minesweeper. Which tab is it here? Okay. Show you all an overview of some metahuman stuff. So right here is metahuman creator. It's actually been a minute since I've jumped in here because I've been working with other stuff. Yeah, by the way, yeah, IG88 is the champion at Minesweeper. Whenever he was programmed, that was not what they intended, but because he was programmed with sentience, he is actually able to use AI to master Minesweeper on what was it, whatever it was, 3, I forget what it was called. Anyway, so yeah, so metahuman, you have to wait a minute because they have like a queue just to try to, I guess, manage how many people are on here, because this stuff takes a ton of data, I'm sure. But should be up in a minute. But hey, we can play Minesweeper while we wait. Oh my. There we go. Okay. Yeah, this is an old dash render that I was working on that did not turn out good at all. So I'll probably end up deleting that. But I'm going to create a new one from scratch here. So for the captain of the Guard Star, where are you at here, Captain? Captain of the Guard Star. So I'm just going to kind of base this off of his sketch that he did. Kind of just have to pick a base here that looks good. Let's try this. Let's see what happens here. The hair will obviously need to change, but might work as a face here. Create from selected. Let's go ahead and come here to the hair. That's what he looks like if he's bald. Imperials tend to be more clean-shaven or just with mustaches. I guess if he's a captain, a mustache probably would work. See here. No, that's too much. Not too fancy for an Imperial. The Hulk Hogan stash. Mechish 3. That's right, Ben. Thank you for remembering. It's been a minute since I've read that story. Yeah, I like that. Mustache. I know Ben didn't draw him with a mustache, but I like the mustache. So we're keeping it. And then for the hair, we'll just do something nice and short. Very Imperial looking. Oh my. Yeah, I'll put a receding hairline on him. On the skin here, what we can do is we can go through a variety of different texture sets. So you can see here, like his skin looks pretty old, but we pick a different one here, it'll make it look a lot younger. Give it a little bit more character to it. Correct, a mullet is a very mark of superiority. Definitely love, what's the dude from Droids? Is it, what's this? Well, I guess he doesn't have a mullet. Never mind. I always remembered this guy as having a mullet, but I guess I was wrong. And I can actually take this and, well, let's see here. Eye color is probably fine. Let's see here. How do we want his teeth to look? You can give this guy some nasty teeth, lots of plaque, no plaque. Give him an overbite. And let me see here. Make his teeth a little longer. See. Yeah, we'll leave it at that for now. Maybe not. This might be a little too much. My thinking exactly, Kaijuken. My thinking exactly. Oh, you were going to do a mustache. Okay. Perfect. And I kind of want to... What were... Come here to... Let's just add... It looks most like space here. Well, none of them really look like space, but where are... Here we go. Yep. Surprise. Is there another surprise on there? Yeah. Shocked. Vader found him. And he's not happy. British military haircuts from the early 80s. Let's look up some reference on that. Oh, yeah. Wonder, does Metahuman have... Whoopsies. Wrong one. Have that kind of hairstyle. Thought they had more hairstyles in here. That's kind of it right there. I kind of like the sort of middle-aged, or not middle-aged, but the receding hair kind of look here. This guy looks like he could be the captain of a ship that got dumped on Tatooine with hair like that. And we're going to be adding a hat on it anyway, so it's not going to make a terrible amount of difference. And I mean, obviously here he's not wearing a hoodie. Just for this, we'll make it a more imperial green here. Pull the saturation down a bit. Give him some slacks. Make the slacks the same color. Oh, I guess I can't. Okay, well, let's just pretend that's an Imperial uniform for the time being. And then... No, I don't want to add any makeup to him. And then... might actually blend his face. Well, I don't know. I kind of like it as is, though it is more or less just the stock one. The sculpt feature here kind of allows you to pull certain parts in and out. Imperials have very sharp features, so I might kind of sharpen these a little bit more, though not really playing this guy up as high Imperial. He's only the captain of a small ship. Yeah, the silhouette lighting here, Ben, this is more so just for if you kind of want to see, you know, have that recognizable silhouette, kind of seeing how that looks. Yeah, they got all different types of lighting scenarios you can kind of try out here. This would actually be probably most common to space, because it's actually got direct sunlight on him. Make his cheekbones a little higher. And I just kind of puff out just a little bit too much. Might bring his forehead down just a smidge. Make his mustache a little wider. Give him a little bit more of a resting frown. Maybe Fett caught him in his jammies. Probably. We'll see. I doubt Captain of the Guard Star get caught like that. So yeah, you can kind of see here. Here's some of the expressions we can have him do. And some poses. Oh yeah, artistic pose. Yeah, that's what he's gonna be doing. Peace, man. And then kind of here's how the motion could look. Uh-oh, a little bit of lag there. And here's kind of his idle movement. Human for all of the human characters is one, you could characters very quickly like this, and two, I would kind of do that in Unreal when lighting him. Sorry, it kind of kicked me out there. Good night, Ben. Thanks for staying around as long as you have. Appreciate it. Yeah, Vader did see his HoloNet search history, and that's why he was on his knees. Good night, Admiral Zoda. Thanks for staying as long as you have. I appreciate it. Yep, the resting Imperial face. But the rigging is really good, and actually, I have to show you on my phone here, but where is it? So there's an app called Live Link Face that is used in conjunction with this. Specifically, can be linked up with MetaHuman Animator. But basically, let's see, can y'all see here? All right, so it's like a mocap for your face. Does not seem to be wanting to do a whole lot there, is it? Anyways, yeah, it's called a Live Link Face, but you can get pretty decent facial motion capture with it, and then the other thing that is actually pretty helpful about using metahumans is there's this software here called Meditailor. You can kind of just see a little preview of it here, but it is like a really awesome way to rig clothes. And like, I'm not talking about just like placing them and then having to go through and weight paint everything. All right, sorry, I got booted again. Y'all probably missed some stuff I said because I couldn't see that I got booted. But I'll just start from right here. So MetaHuman, MetaTailor, and Move.ai. So MetaHuman's completely free, as you all just saw. Yep, I'm back. But MetaHuman's completely free, and MetaTailor is $35 a month, and Move.ai is $365 annually. And Living Face is also free. I kind of tried to show that on my phone. The webcam doesn't really pick that up super well. But anyways, once the patron kind of intake is kind of exceeding what I would need to cover MetaTailor and Move.ai, I would definitely use those to bring the MetaHuman characters to life. And like I said, that's going to be essential to rig clothing. It's going to be essential to animate, because MetaHumans can't really be hand animated. You can try, but it's not going to look very good. But good evening, Masquerade. Good evening indeed. And we prevised a couple new IG-88 shots, and just got to kind of talk and hang out a little bit too. But I think I'll kind of end the stream there. So you all just let me know in the comments if you have any other kind of suggestions, anything you want to see. And thank you all for watching, and I appreciate your time.